Welcome to the Wisdom Channel. Bring love to the playground with Lisa Eve. Hi, I am Lisa Eve, here to help you reconnect with your inner wisdom, heal your heart, and live with more love and joy. Life isn't always easy, but what if it could feel lighter, more playful, and more you? In each episode, I'll share real talk, soul insight, and messages I'm guided to deliver. These are reminders of your power, your worth, and your ability to grow through anything. We'll explore self-love, spiritual connection, healing, and ways to bring more love into your everyday life. So let's take a breath, open your heart, and let's begin. Welcome back. Happy New Year if you celebrate in January. And I know if you're an April, spring, New Year baby, I understand that too. But anyway, we have made it through the holidays. And that is really what's most important. If you're still here, yay, thank you. And if you're not, okay, if you're not, then you're probably not watching. But if you have someone who you've lost during the holidays, before the holidays last year, I just want to acknowledge them and you again for getting through the holidays however you needed to in a way that was supportive for you. And today's episode is how we teach each other without knowing it. So when we lose someone in our lives, while it is definitely not easy, okay, and we are not technically losing them like we lose keys, we are allowing them to transition into another realm. And sometimes it's not easy to understand that humans are made up of energy as well, that we're not just this physical being. And for people who are grieving loss, it's just not easy to get your head wrapped around something like that because in physical matter, we have our friends and our family and loved ones, and pets and everything is physical. And then one day they might not be with us. And it's like poof, they just vanished. And it's it's an interesting experience. Not until my dad passed did I really feel how short life is and can feel. And if you have lost or someone in your life has died unexpectedly or even expectedly, and you're close to them, it's like they're with you, with you, with you, and then all of a sudden they're not. And it just changes the way we could perceive life and feel life for ourselves and with others. And something that I've said in the past is people don't leave us to hurt us. They leave us to teach us about love. And when our loved ones pass on, that's usually what we're left with, usually, not always. And it's an opportunity for us to figure out, discern, unlearn, and learn what is going to be right for us and our paths on the paths of love. So that is just a short little introduction. I didn't actually intend to start with that. And oftentimes it's like that when I start these shows. I have an idea in mind of what I'm going to talk about, and then we just kind of go in a different direction. And the different direction is usually just what needs to be shared. And I honor that. So usually, I also start these shows with hand on heart exercise to ground us. So I'm going to do that now because, again, if you've had someone close in your life move on recently, let's connect back in with ourselves because we are still here and we still have lives to live fully, completely, and enjoy as much as possible what time we have left. And often we don't know how long that time is. So, hand on heart, close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that. You can take a breath and just relax. And what we're going to do here is inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth for 3 breath counts. So inhale. That's 1. And if you need to do more, I understand. I'm going to do 4 and 5. When you're ready, open your eyes. Just a moment, just a moment to just come back into our bodies. There's a lot of news in the world. And if you're paying attention to the news, sometimes it can feel like fire in our bodies. And again, everything that we open ourselves up to is an opportunity for us to learn something on our paths about ourselves. I feel that I often take deep breaths through these episodes because I'm clearing a lot of energy. And what I mean by that is I am made up of energy just as you are. Even though we have physical bodies that carry our energies, and that's how we move around on planet Earth, we also have our higher selves and souls, and our spirit is always with us. And so when I am moving energy, it's because I feel different energies around me. And if you are sensitive and highly sensitive, you will feel this as well. That even if you're not looking at somebody directly, you could probably feel their energy before you touch them physically. And I want to acknowledge that for you because a lot of people don't talk about this openly, or they're not aware of it just yet in their own lives. And this is how we teach each other without knowing it, because everybody has a different place that they start on their life path in this journey, in this life. And not all of us are starting at the same point, like the same starting line. We are sometimes like, I'm thinking about running track. We have different places where we start on the track, even though we all end up at the same finish line, which is when we pass on. Not to be, sad on this episode, just as a reference point, we have an opportunity wherever we start on the starting line to make the best of our lives. I was going to say race, but we're not in a race, okay? Because I was like, it's a metaphor, but we're not doing races here. What we're really here to do is understand why we're on the path that we're on, what serves us in the best way while we're on this path, and then how do we want to live out the rest of the stretch? How for however long we have until we reach our finish line. And because we don't all start at the same place, it brings contrast into our lives. So whether you have a good relationship with your family members or your friends or your lovers, the contrast in how they are versus how you are will help both of you. I was going to say you, but I was going to say it helps both of you to grow because let's say, for example, you don't have a good relationship with people in your family and they see you as the black sheep or they see you as the scapegoat or you feel different from them. Now, it's not easy to work with them or deal with them, even though you want a loving relationship with them. But the way that they treat you and the way that you feel around them is a teaching. It's how do you love yourself more with the information that you are receiving from them? And if you feel like crap when you're around them, that's information. That's an opportunity for you to lean back into yourself, to lean more inward, to look at yourself. Now, they may think that by you focusing more on yourself is narcissistic, or that you're self-involved, or you're being selfish. And they are playing their roles perfectly. They won't know this until they pass on, but how they are behaving or acting towards you is to help you love yourself more. And the more that you can focus on yourself and what really gives you joy, then it won't matter how they are acting towards you. I know it's easier said than done, and it's still something I'm working on. And it's just a reflection for you to love yourself more. So you need to go out there into the world and find what makes you happy, find what brings you joy, and then go do that. And if they don't like how you are changing course or setting off on a new path or spending less time with your family, it's for them to learn for themselves too, because you're going off to show how to love yourself more, and then you become a mirror for that. So even if they don't agree with how you're choosing to love yourself more, and they think it's more of a like you're trying to hurt them in some way, it's not that. I mean, if they feel that way, that's on them to learn. So this is how we teach each other. It's not always easy. It doesn't always feel good. And the goal is for us to love ourselves as much as possible and to live our lives, the ones that we have for a finite amount of time in the best way possible for ourselves. Because when we're able to understand ourselves better, sorry, I just got the message to take a breath because I got excited. Yeah, the more that we're able to understand ourselves better, the more that we love our lives and show others how to also embrace their own lives in that way. It is not selfish to forge your own path, to heal yourself, to live a great life. And even if that looks different from the status quo of working a 9 to 5 job, if you find something that you are passionate about, that you love, that is fun for you, go do that so you can show others that it's possible for them as well. Okay, so We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Thursday, and I'll see you in a moment. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Lisa Eve with the Wisdom Channel, Bring Love to the Playground. Thank you for joining me this week on the Transformation Network. And we are back and we're talking about how we teach each other without knowing it. So I changed my background because so much energy. I started to talk about this in the first segment about energy and how I'm moving a lot of energy, and we are energetic beings and we have physical human bodies. It's a little out there, I know. And when I record these shows, whether it's live or pre-recorded, there's just a lot of energy that comes through when I'm sharing myself, when I'm sharing what needs to come through. And I feel like the wind in the background and the movement of the waves can just help move some of that energy that you may be also feeling. It's a video, right? And I'm talking, it's technology. So how am I actually clearing energy for you? I'm not really sure, but somehow this is what was guided for me to do today. So I'm gonna honor that. And how we teach each other out without knowing it is that like something I'm sharing with you may resonate with you and you'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go try do that. I'm gonna see if that works for me in my life. You might not actually say those words, but somehow along the way, you might start doing the hand on heart exercise for yourself because you're like, oh, I feel so much better when I do that. Um, or I mentioned in a few other episodes how when I have a negative thought, I just blow it. I just blow it off to the side so that whatever that thought was, it just comes out of my body. It's not in my body. It doesn't stay somewhere with a feeling attached to it. So something I might share with you might resonate, and then it helps you somehow, some way on your path. And also, though, we may come into contact with people who we don't align with, or something I say does not align for you, and it teaches you not to do that. And so we are constantly meeting each other and discerning whether or not we align with each other or don't. And either way, whether we do or don't align with someone else's teachings or what they share with us or how they speak to us, it's teaching us something about what we need to know on our paths. And if you can imagine for a moment that we are all teachers and students of one another, that is our purpose in life. Like our purpose is to love our lives, to heal our souls, to heal our bodies, to love our lives. And maybe we're not healing, maybe we're just evolving and growing. And and then everybody else is doing the same thing. Yet when we come into contact with each other, whether or not we align is the teaching to help us. So everybody we meet, whether it's our parents, our siblings, our friends, our pets, our romantic partners, if you can see everybody as a teacher, as playing a role on your path, then that could actually help you to learn more about yourself. And that's how we show up as teachers and students in each other's lives without even knowing it sometimes. Like we could be the victim in a situation. For example, if a romantic relationship ends abruptly, but usually it's not abruptly. Usually something leads to that. But let's say you're in an abusive relationship where your partner clearly does not care about you, does not say nice things to you, might be physically abusive. Now, at some point, hopefully, you are able to pull yourself out of that and see how that's not loving for yourself. Like, what you want is to feel good in your body and not be hit, right? You don't want to be hit because that doesn't feel good. That is a teacher for you to start so that you start loving yourself more or just love yourself. Like, love yourself enough to say, no, I don't deserve that. Or no, that doesn't feel good. If it doesn't feel good, then you want to exit out of that as quickly as possible. And so that person in your life is a teacher. Now, it may not feel like that in the moment, like, oh, he or she is just being a teacher for me, right? You might have other choice words. And still, in the end, hopefully you will leave the situation and learn from it and then grow and not accept that in your life going forward. So that is how we are all showing up for each other. It's one of the examples of how we show up for each other in ways that don't feel good for us to teach us about how to love ourselves better. I hope that made sense. And it's not easy to sometimes wrap our heads around that's how people are showing up for us. Yet it is part of our paths to learn how to grow into being the best human being we can for ourselves on these paths that we chose to live in this existence for however long we have the ability to do that. Okay? So we're not always starting at the same place. We have young souls, we have older souls, and none of us is better than the other. Okay? This is not a hierarchy. Some of us have lived many lifetimes. If you agree with lifetimes, great. If you don't, I get that too. Let's just hypothetically say we come into, okay, an example of how is it possible that we could have other lifetimes that we've lived, how our soul remembers certain things. You're born into this life. Instantly, your parents notice you don't like a certain food, but you've never tried it before. So how do you already know you don't like that food? Like, like a baby knows. You're so energetically sensitive when you're a baby. Now you're growing up though. Let's say you've never eaten something or you've never been somewhere, but you already know you have an affinity for it. Like, I want to try this, or I want to eat this, or I want to go to this place because I just feel connected to it, but you've never been there in this life. You've never had that in this life. So that is one of the ways in which I'm able to identify, oh, I feel like I've done this before. I feel like my soul and my spirit knows something that I don't know. Because how else do you explain that? And that's, I think when you're a young soul on your just starting out path, all you're aware of is physical matter, but you might not know about like soul and energy and how that works. And so why I'm sharing this is because as an old soul, you might have a collection of experiences that is giving you the capacity to share more and know more about your path than others. And the young souls, though, come in with this like doe-eyed brightness, exploration, like wow, like this amazing life, right? So it kind of gives us the contrast that we might need to continue to grow on our paths. Because old souls or young souls, we're still growing and learning and evolving. Okay, so we're not better than one another just because we know something more than another. And the goal is also to have compassion for ourselves and for others. It's important that we don't overlook someone else's experience and I want to say perspective, because everybody has their own truth based on where they are in their own lives. So, just to let you know, we are all doing our best given what we have endured. Um, I don't know many people who've had it like super easy throughout their lives. That's just like in my world. I haven't seen that yet. Um, and that's just how there's, a lot of different sayings where it's like you can't really judge someone until you've walked in their shoes. You don't really know what they've been dealing with in their own lives. So be kind to one another. And that's definitely true. We don't know other people's histories and their backgrounds, how they were raised and how they got to where they are now. So the best thing that we can do is to be kind to ourselves, be compassionate with ourselves, and love our lives as much as possible. Create it the way that we want to enjoy our lives. And then when we are in that state of like, I feel good about who I am, I feel good about my life, I feel like I am becoming more comfortable with who I am, then you start to move away from the things that you know that don't bring you joy. And it just helps you. And at the same time, because we're always growing and learning and all that yummy good stuff that we're here for, we might meet people who still trigger us, who still light a fire under our asses. And um, we might still come up against things that we need to clear out more. So if we're able to see other people as an opportunity to heal and grow, and just that, like a recent experience I had with someone from my past came back into my life. I feel like I called him back in a way because I had a dream about him. And then I shared the dream. So he came back into my life, maybe because I shared the dream. And I thought maybe there was a potential for something to evolve for us in a new way, and it didn't turn out that way. It was like the complete opposite. And at the end of our meeting, in the moment, I felt a lot of gratitude and I thought like things went really well. In an energetic perspective, I didn't realize this until later. But the next day, I had this emotional hangover where if you're really sensitive to energy, it's like when your heart is super open to all possible experiences, and then you feel heavy and like a hangover, like when you drank too much alcohol. Um, the heaviness or the anger or the headache or something like that can just be it can be as strong as having an alcoholic or a drug hangover when you are open-hearted and your energy is open to receive what is possible, and then you don't feel good the next day. I need you to honor that. Like, please honor if you feel icky the day after you meet with somebody, you feel heavy, you feel sick, you feel like you have a headache, you feel like you can't move. Acknowledge that for yourself. And maybe that's also a sign for you to be like, no, I cannot go there, not healthy. Let that person go, not with malice, just as a teaching. That person taught me that for me, it was like he played his role perfectly. He really showed me what I need to let go of, what doesn't work for me anymore, what doesn't feel good, how I want to be spoken to and cared for. It wasn't there when we hung out, but I still kept my heart wide open for the possibility of you never know. It was just the emotional hangover that I had the next day told me everything I needed to know about that person. And as I said, I had a lot of gratitude because he showed up the way I needed him to say, we can't do this anymore. This is not healthy for either one of us. Because the way that I sense that he experienced me wasn't good as well. So even though we want to think that, oh, he or she did that to me, we are playing our roles perfectly for each other on our paths. We have opportunities at every juncture of our lives, in every relationship, in every experience to learn something beautiful about ourselves, about what no longer works, and how we can serve each other through this delicate life that we're here for. And so to wrap up this episode, because that was a lot, to wrap up this episode, I my guides, my higher selves, my spirit have a little something that they want to share with you. So if you wouldn't mind, please close your eyes, and I'm going to do the same. You can put your hand on heart if you'd like to and breathe with me. And I'm just going to share what comes through. Enjoy. Each person has their own unique vibration, and each vibration resonates with or without us at every step of our paths. Whether people align or whether the vibration aligns with us or not, it shouldn't deter us from experiencing what life has to offer us. Each unique soul has its own vibration. When you come in contact with its vibration or this person's vibration, you will know instantly whether or not you align with that person. Don't judge it. Don't hate it. Just follow what feels in alignment for you so that you can best receive what is going to work for you for the long haul. The anger that you feel right now is meant to move through your body, not in a way that holds on. You don't want to hold on to the anger. So take a few breaths with me here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Today's lesson is about clearing and discharging energy from other people that is not in alignment with your vibration. It's about recognizing how we teach each other, and we don't have to hold on to the anger and the resentment that we feel about another person. So, in working with my guides, I am guiding us to release any anger and all anger, hopefully, as much anger as we can release now. Let's release it together so that it does not have a place in your body, and you can heal and feel better in your body as you move through this journey we call life. So take a few more breaths here. And if this doesn't align for you, you can just turn off the episode and go about your day. And I thank you for joining me. For everyone else who's ready to release their anger, please continue to join me. So eyes closed, Please, if it feels comfortable for you, place your hand on your heart. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And just keep doing that. I don't know when we're going to stop, but just keep inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Now imagine and keep breathing and just imagine a ball of yellow light above your head. Imagine this ball of yellow light is shining brightly above you, and its rays are radiating out all around you, reaching the crown of your head and all around your body, front and back, like a literal sunshine. Its rays are penetrating your heart, your body, your mind, your soul. And it just pierces through every part of your body, all the places where you've been holding on to anger and hatred and fire in your belly, and let it move through your head and any headaches you might be having. Just allow it to soften you. Keep breathing, keep releasing any tension you're holding in your body. Let it be exhaled through your mouth. Feel your body soften. Feel your container be lighter, more playful, more joyous, more you. Feel the light rays also penetrating at the base of your spine. Many times we hold fear at the base of our spines. We don't feel grounded to life itself. We feel fear about being grounded to the earth. We feel uncertain about our human existences, especially if you're sensitive. But just allow yourself to soften and allow this beautiful yellow light, like the sun, to just warm your body, to release the fear that has been keeping you gripping externally. Just allow that to soften. Allow yourself to be bathed in this warm yellow light. You can remove your hand from your heart now and just move your body a little bit. Like if you feel any tension anywhere in your body, just move it. Move your body, move your shoulders up and down. Move your shoulders around so you can release the tension you've been holding in your shoulders. If you need to move your body a little bit, where you're sitting, if you're standing, anywhere you are, just move your body. Shake out anything else that you feel has been stuck in your body. Continue to breathe out. Don't hold your breath. And I just belched a little. Sorry if you heard that. But if you need to belch, belch. Get it out. Clap your hands lightly. Just clap your hands. Keep clapping. Keep breathing. And slowly put your hands on your lap, face down, palms up. It doesn't really matter. And breathe. Move your feet. If you're standing, just move your feet on the ground, stomp your feet. And slowly bring it to a halt. Put your hand on your heart again. Just do 3 breaths here. Take a big breath and blow. And you can just imagine that that beautiful light is with you at all times, whenever you need to just have that warm yellow light above you to clear anything out for you. Slowly bring your awareness back to where you are and open your eyes when you're ready. How do you feel? Hopefully you feel lighter and more relaxed in your body. And when you go out into the world, you can feel more peaceful, more at ease. And this is not like this is a practice you can do for yourself, and you can also still use whatever protocols you like to use. If there are ways in which you feel more protected doing a practice that you enjoy, keep doing that. This was just to help you relax and flush out a lot of the stagnant energies that we may have collected during the holidays as well. And any heaviness you felt through the holidays or recent interactions you had with others, this was just to help you come back into your own body and feel more relaxed. So my work in the Happy Channel or for thehappychannel.com is an exploration of all the things that brings me joy. And that includes frequency alignment, energy healings that I do. It's really not like I'm a healer. You are your own healer. And when you're open to it, I'm able to bring through energy that helps you to realign in a way that you're ready for. And so you're always the ultimate healer. I don't advertise much my work, only for people who are ready to receive a realignment of their frequencies are they usually called to me. I have a wait list currently. If you are interested in further aligning, I only do this work in person. So if you're in a certain location and you're interested in this work, please join the wait list and I can let you know when I'm in your area. Otherwise, I wanted to let you know that I always write blog posts following these episodes in the section called Bringing Love to the Playground. So it's just an exploration of what I talked about on the episodes. And maybe sometimes there are other things that I wanted to share, so I will share it there. Um, Feel free to take a look if you're interested or if you enjoyed the episode and you want to learn more. Please read the follow-up posts. I also send out newsletters only when I feel called. It's not regular. It's not like, every week or every month. It's only when I feel called. So if you want to sign up for that, you can. You can pretty much find out everything I do. I'm a writer. I love travel. I provide travel services if you're interested in luxury travel and for people who are sensitive to their environments. And that's just all that I love. I love to travel. I love to write. And this is also a mirror and an invitation for you to pursue what you love to do, what you love to enjoy, so that you can follow your own path in a way that aligns for you, in a way that brings you joy. And that's going to wrap the show for today. I so appreciate you joining me. Every second and fourth Thursday on the Transformation Network, you can listen to this show. You can also go to thewisdomchannel.com and it will still connect you to these shows. Again, so grateful for each and every one of you on this path, on this life path, on this human path of existence on Earth. I'm so grateful that I get to do these shows with you, and I wish you an awesome week. And wherever you are in the world, enjoy today, enjoy your night, and I will see you soon. So much love. See you later. I am Lisa Eve. Thank you for listening to the Wisdom Channel. Bring love to the playground, airing every second and fourth Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Remember, self-love is the foundation of your happiness, so take one small step today to nurture your beautiful self. To go deeper on your healing and self-discovery journey, pick up my book, The Love Channel, Finding Your Way to Happiness, available now on Amazon. And for daily inspiration and uplifting content, visit thehappychannel.com. Until next time, keep your heart open, walk your path with love, and never forget, you have the power to heal.